Heather Du Plessis-Allan Drive, weekdays from 4 on Newstalk ZB.
This is going to sound really harsh, but that Restore Passenger Rail protester who was put in jail for 2 weeks yesterday deserved exactly what she got. I bear no ill will whatsoever towards Rosemary Penwarden. She's a mum and a grandmother. She seems like a really nice lady. She's been nothing but lovely and polite every single time she's been on our show. And actually, I admire her conviction. But she and everyone else in that group have been incredibly selfish. Every time they glue their hands to the road in Wellington in rush hour traffic and deliberately stop Wellingtonians from being able to get to work or get to the medical appointments or get their kids to school or whatever. What happened yesterday is actually significant in this country because the courts have been very tolerant with these guys. They're constantly giving them another chance and then suddenly they just had enough. And as far as we can tell, it is the first time a climate protester has ever been sent to jail in New Zealand. But they have been warned. When they pulled the hand gluing stunt back in April, one of them landed in front of Judge Noel Sainsbury in the Wellington District Court, and he warned them that the same rules apply to them as everyone else in this country. And so one of them got sent home with an ankle bracelet on with the warning that next time it's jail. But again, the protesters were out doing the same thing yesterday. I mean, Rosemary herself was pushing it with the law. She's been warned. She's already been charged at least once over the protests. She was let out on bail, and generally the conditions of bail are that you don't do the same thing again. Otherwise, you're in the clink. And yet, she was back a week later in April. She was into a cop car taken to the station, and then again yesterday back at the protests. So she has probably breached bail conditions at least once, if not more. Yep, it's harsh to put protesters in jail. But if you don't, you run the risk of things escalating to the point that the UK was facing recently where the climate protesters were shutting down main roads for 36 hours. Can you imagine? And in the end, they had enough. Over in the UK, they sent a Kiwi in London to jail for, get this, 3 years. 2 weeks is a light sentence by contrast. Now, I hope Rosemary getting sent to jail scares these nice protesting people into quitting with the hand gluing, because jail isn't nice. And clearly Rosemary herself isn't loving it in there. Her lawyers launched an appeal already to try to get her out of jail and on home D with an ankle bracelet instead.
Heather Du Plessis-Allan Drive, weekdays from 4 on Newstalk ZB.